Swayne March representing the real big man, Kenneth Reid. Them for know say you're gonna lead. Hey, them can't match your speed. Indeed, it's Kenneth Reid. Wow, keep it locked.
Africa, here I come, here I come, here I come, give me a one-way ticket, going back down to Africa to live in a Babylon and live like that. Wanna go back on me yard. They're gonna give me a one-way ticket, going right back to Africa to live in a Babylon and live like that. Wanna go back on me yard. They work I so hard, don't send yard. All of my youthful days I down there, me no get no reward. My woman is so crying, and my children are suffering. By any business is a real, I got to leave this system. So, beg you give me a one-way ticket.
One-way ticket, yes, going down to the motherland, Mama Land, Mama Africa. We're gonna live it like that, yes? It's RJR 94 FM. It's 5 minutes past 9 o'clock, 5 minutes past 9, and we're inside the segment of the E-Factor show that we call Friday Night Live. And of course, we're featuring from now until 10, Mr. Jefta Makaimot OD. And if you don't know him by that name and you're wondering, who is that? Which artist is that? We're talking about Luciano. Messenger. What we know it's trying times, but we appreciate the fact that you took the time to be with us here on RJR 94 FM and spend some time with your fans and the listeners. All right. Let's delve into your career, so to speak. Let's take the listeners back to where it all started for Luciano. Was that the first name you as an artist that you took onto yourself, or?
When I started out as Stepper John, and I used to DJ, you know.
You used to DJ? Versatility at its best.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And I remember one time I had a clash with Culture Knox, my cousin down in Manchester there.
Yes.
And when we run out of lyrics, and him cause him bad, you know.
Yeah.
And when him DJ and mash up the place, and when we run out of lyrics, man, we start sing. So even from them time I knew I could sing, you know, cause sing in church and all that, because I grew up in the church, you know.
Yes. You're a very spiritual person, and the music that you have done over your career has been music that people can draw strength from and uplift themselves and stuff. You say you're from a spiritual background, and tell me about that.
I grew up in the Adventist movement. My father was an evangelist and my mother also a hard churchgoer, you know, and my mother instilled in us certain things like we have to come out of the yard. We can't stay in the yard when it comes to Sabbath, you know.
Yes.
And then my father, he was like one who go around with a lantern and preach in the community. So with that kind of evangelism, I took that, you know, from my father. But singing now is my mother.
Your mommy was the singer in the family?
Father only could sing in falsetto.
Oh, but your mommy was the real talented one?
My mother, she is the real talent because she's still alive.
She's still alive. So let's start, is. Yeah.
They passed away when I was about 10 going to 11 years old, you know. But my mother still surviving and doing well. McClymont. My father, Arthur McClymont, you know.
How big was your family? Or how big is your family?
We have 9, you know. My mother and father had 9 of us. You know. 5 girls and 4 boys. I'm a 7th child, you know.
So you're close to what Jamaicans call the wash belly.
For real.
So while growing up, were you treated extra special by mommy and daddy as one of the youngest?
You know, I've always seen myself special, and I always dealt with people especially, and especially deal with my daily chores and do my thing around the house. I always willing to do.
So you were obedient?
Obedient, but true that now my mother have a special love for me from them time.
Oh, so when did I show out, you get like an extra on the side?
I don't bring the pot for me, you know?
Yes. All right. Now, when you decided to take your when did you first really discover your talent really that you are a singer and artist and you want to take it to a different level outside the church and all of that?
Well, you know, it started out because my father was a carpenter and he built a guitar. He set out to build a guitar and I said, man, it was not an easy thing, but from time to time I see my father, like when he eat, he would put a piece of bone one side. I said, what are you doing with this bone, Dad? And he said, yes, so now. And later on I realized he used it to put at the on the guitar neck. Cut it down and file it down and, you know, to put in the frets and all them things in the guitar, you know. And after that guitar was made, my father passed away not too long after that. And then it was a guitar that I had to keep myself reminded of my father. So I practice, and I just decided to master it, you know. And then this is where I started. I realized that there was a gift that I have of talent to really play my guitar and sing. I remember one day I sang, there was this girl that I really liked and I couldn't get across to her. And I sat down one day and I said, come, I have a song for you. I made I wrote a nice song. Matter of fact, there was a song, when I did the song for her, she started crying. And I said, tears running her eyes. And I said, wait. So I realized there was a power to the music, even from them days, you know. And somehow I won her over, you know.
You won her over lyrically and with your talent and melodiously. Alright, I want to know though, that guitar that your father made, is it still in existence?
Grew up now and reach going to church and thing. At one stage they read me out of the church.
Tell me about that. What was the reasoning behind that? Well, give me a short version of it, because right now the listeners are saying, what? They read Luciano at church.
My virgin Andrew Simon from Central Village. We used to, like, there was something about the music that we had deep in our mind that, and you know, embedded in us that we wanted to express, and somehow the gospel, even though we used to do gospel concert and all that, there was something holding back, you know, like, and then when Michael Jackson, we beat it and them kind of moon dance and all that. We used to hide and go do some dancing. And
so, hola. Luciano, you are telling me that when Beat It came about, you used to moon dance and break dance and all of that?
We used to, out of fact, after church, we take off, we try and find some nice little set one school. I remember a school room that we used to use as our practice, you know. And my virgin Andrew is a slim, tall virgin. When he break dance and moonwalk, man, you think it's Michael Jackson himself. So he and I used to incorporate my flicking and my splits and so on.
So that from until the age up until now, that's where you still have your energy and stuff on stage when you're performing?
Yeah, man.
But you don't break dance and split and moonwalk?
I do more road skanking and, you know, I still do my splitting and all them kind of thing there, but not like the days when I used to break dance. I remember one time we were there doing the break dance and somehow when I felt like some eyes looking at us when we looked through, my big brother, he was the elder of the church and he said, oh, I this another yard though. And all them things there. Remember me telling you, I forgot beat it.
So the church people then get angry and upset over that. And really out of church.
But I remember Brother Matt dropped a sermon one day about this. Some of us in the church claim that we're Christians and at the end of the day, you go and break dance and moonwalking and all this kind of stuff. And so it was a thing. That was one of the aspects, I think one of the factors that led to...
Also, it's a series of events. So one, yeah.
You question a lot, I used to ask a lot of questions.
Oh, so sit down and take it. Yeah, you want to know reasoning and reasons for this and that.
And each question, like when I have Bible studies, every time I see my hand go up, I say, oh my God, no.
So the church members or the elders weren't equipped to answer your kind of questioning.
Saw me somehow like
a troublemaker. Yes. All right. Now you rose to prominence. What's recorded is that you came your boss in the 1990s, and what would they call a Rasta Renaissance, where there are people like Garnet Silk and all of that. And
the segment, you know.
Yes.
I remember writing my songs and all. We couldn't find producers who loved original thing. I met with Fatis, that was like a God bless gift, you know, when Fatis said he wanted to hear more original stuff.
Yes.
And them days, Sanchez was also hot on the box because, you know, people would be doing Wayne Wanda and all those singers would also be doing their thing. So it was really, it's like a tug of war with sing-overs and stuff, but the roots and culture just rise to the level because people really needed to hear the roots and need the spiritual food.
Yes.
And after Bob Marley had, you know, had passed away, there was a kind of void that was left there. That, you know, people were waiting to hear some other roots people, artists rising up and stepping up to the thing and dealing with it on a rootical level, you know.
Yes. And from there you set you set your standard, and you've maintained that and lifted it higher and higher to this very day.
Definitely.
Yes. When your first album, which was your first album?
First album, Shake It Up Tonight, was big for me, you know. It went #1 in the UK for about 8 weeks. Then that was done for Mr. Freddie McGregor from Big Ship label.
Yeah.
King Freddie, the priest, you know. Going to New Name studio at the time, hanging out and waiting to see which avenue I could, you know, anywhere I could get a break. And then I met with Sky High also, and I did an album called Don't Get Crazy, a combination, also Luciano meets Presley. So I was there building up, and then One Way Ticket from Exterminator came out, and then Radius Dive, and you know, the rest is history. The Messenger album, and we just start build, you know. But Shake It Up Tonight was one that really broke the ice for me. Because I was big in the UK long before even people recognized me here in
Jamaica. Alright, it's 16 minutes past 9 o'clock if you're just joining us. It's the E Factor Show, and we're inside a segment we call Friday Night Live, and our very special guest is the messenger, Luciano. Now, Luciano, tell me, what stage of your career did you accept Rastafarianism?
That song like One Way Ticket, my head side was shining, you know.
You say it ball like for me, sir.
But it was a ball.
It was a ball. But it ball.
Side, you know.
Yes. Oh, it probably like Wayne one. Or Wayne have too much.
Enough near my that down. I will save it.
Wait a second, Donovan, it's still like for Donovan?
Swayne.
Oh, it's still like him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So what converted you, or I mean, what influenced you to trod that path?
When I went to Exterminator, it was a real renaissance for me, and we met up with, I met like Cocotti, and meet up with Louis Culture and Charlie Chaplin and all these Bully Rasta man. So the vibes was so good and so great that I really gravitated to that kind of vibration. And Mike General also, my brethren that I met at New Name, you know, he and I started growing our locks at the same time. And then Garnet Sig, when Garnet Sig came out with the spiritual vibes, Bible chanting and all that, we said, yes, this is it. So the whole spiritual, but when I went on stage like certain song, when I started singing One Way Ticket and someone, Wolver Rasta man come out, when I see at some place like Wolver Rasta come out with them banner and thing, and when they come out and say, I'll shine it, man, I must. It's a ball head, but you know, some of the thing is a Rasta. Doing that thing and I say, you know what, I have to put a stop into this thing.
Yeah, so you decided to grow the locks.
Yeah, I did a song with Louis Culture. And they might ask me, well, me not today, but I'm a real Rasta man. I'm a true Rasta man, trading creation, a real Rasta man. Me love how me tan, real Rasta man. But people used to say, well, you're not today, man. You sing certain song, One Way Ticket and all these songs, and it's me again, John, and put on your locks, man. What your locks? So, we just say, you know, I'm just grow my thing, man.
Yes.
Reading the Bible also, it tell me about the Nazarite vow and realize that when you make that vow, not to put any razor against your head and all, there's more power to it. Because when you consecrate your life to the Almighty, and you start to live a certain life, it's a changeover. And it was the best way to really make a stand in this world, especially, is to just go here, and that's it gives you strength spiritually, honestly. Because to really go relax in this society, it takes a strength from deep within.
Yes, because I want to interrupt you, because I want to ask you, when you go back to Manchester and thing, when Mama said, as a 70 youth, from a 70 background, when Mama said, well, the elders in the church, and said, oh yes, you see, we did tell us about Jamaica from. Is that what that was the kind of reason there?
Well, honestly, you see, my mother, she's a roots lady. She's a lady with boil her roots and them things. They put in her roots in her pot and boil her roots. So she wasn't surprised, and she embraced me.
Yes.
And I remember when I was about 12 years old, Mama bought a khaki shirt for me with epaulet and everything. I wear it to school, and the teacher said, "Come here, son. You can't wear this to school. This shirt is too fancy.
Yes.
Like uniform. You take it back home and tell your mother not to send you back in this shirt." So when I went to my mother and tell my mother said, "Eh? What? All right, you can't wear go club meet now, them kind of thing."
Yes.
So I take the shirt and start draw up a thing, but I'm going to draw a Rastaman about one chalice for them from them time, you know.
You have a chalice for your mind.
They have them things, they have the roots thing.
Yes, it was.
Concept really.
Right.
Because in them time I used to have a bag, all the while I have a bag, like a calabash over my shoulder, and certain things you could see that have certain rootical tradition from them time there. Yeah. So my mother, she wasn't too surprised when she see me come forth in the fullness and start growing my locks, and you know one thing I never really try burn ganja with my mother say. Till today, you know.
Even though it reached some stage of legalization.
You don't burn it before my mother.
Respect.
You go one side and find a tree or some kind and out of ice pack, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Alright, so at that stage, I mean, you accepted the Rastafarian way, and did it influence you more in terms of writing music and doing it?
Definitely. Because once you take up this mantra and take up this pathway of Rastafari, you start eat different and fling a certain thing, no meat to my plate and all them things, and strictly vegetable and my roots. You know, even my inspiration, even my writing change, my lifestyle, my dress code, everything just change up and start move a certain way, and it really has paid off, because even until today I see where I hold on to this tradition.
Yes.
And I have nothing to lose, because I see where it has really helped me, you know.
Yes. I'm just signaling to Wayne that they need to come around this side now, because we're getting ready for that segment where we want to bless up the people with some music and thing. Now, you were recently nominated for a Grammy and stuff. What was the feeling like? And you didn't win, but do you believe that your body of work that you have done over the years, you should be, I know you're recognized and revered worldwide, but are you any way disappointed that?
I'm nominated, you know, and I was nominated in 2002 also when
Which album was that?
New Day.
New Day.
So it wasn't new for me.
Yes.
And I still went there. The first time I was nominated, I went to the Grammys, to the Grammy Award, and the second time I was nominated, I still find time, and I give thanks to my management, Brother Anthony. Because he insisted that I wasn't so keen on going this second time around. Honestly, the first time I was very excited, and like I said, man, the Grammys and people excited about them, so why I gotta go. This time around, I wasn't really like rushing or was too excited about it. But my manager, he said, well, like how we're nominated, our name called, let's just make use of the time and go there, use it for publicity, meet some people. And I think it was a great idea, because we went there and the whole vibes. It's a little, put it this way, a brother overstanding to the whole thing and see that, even to be nominated is a good thing.
Yes.
And it's a nice feeling, and a lot of people around the world recognize, even though some people might not have been following my music. Once a year I've been nominated for the Grammy. It somehow, it caught the eyes of a lot of people.
Has it brought you new fans? Because,
They never know about me. They said, who was this guy? Because even when I went there, my dress code and all them things, I walk out on the red carpet.
Yes.
Full black, and I make sure I have my Rasta colors, and I have my jacket, I tweet my jacket myself, put on certain things, and my Rasta patch and things. So a lot of people, like even the photographers, they were willing to take pictures and all that,
It's a Jamaican, and it's a Jamaican music, even though it's now embraced worldwide by many different races and things. Now, I must share something with you quickly before we go into the segment where you bless up the listeners with some music and thing. Of course, if you're just joining us, it's 924, it's RJR 94 FM, and of course, our special guest inside this segment of the show, Friday Night Live, is a reggae superstar, Luciano. I'm going to share something with you. A very good friend of mine. There's a song on your album, 108 Ticket, and that song that you did a combination with Lady G. It's called Bounty Lover. My Georgie, I have a good friend. He lives overseas in New York, and he had a sound system and stuff, and he always look for that song and play. And I want to know, to this day, I still can't ask him what love that song so much, but I want to ask you, what, if you can remember, what was the thinking and stuff behind that song back then?
Somehow the engineer and Fatis engineered this idea. They came up with this idea to splice it with Lady G, because she literally had cussed me out in the song, you know. I said, come back from my house and everything like that. Come and really say, out of the old tradition, you know, and I going through earth, you know, sometimes, you know, people would expect you to be like, settle down, have a one, you know, married and have a wife, but you realize it never set out so for me, honestly.
And as an entertainer, because I realized that in the 90s coming up, you were very busy and all over the world and stuff. How does that and family work out?
I'm busy still, and even busier, because if I'm not even singing, people, you know, I'm doing like motivational speeches, places, you know, just to represent, you know. So I think you just have, over the years you've mastered, you've learned how to really, you know, deal with the time and monitor your life, that you don't overdo anything and you don't lose, and your kids don't lose out, and your children, your youths don't lose out, and you know. And once I'm in Jamaica, I find time to take my youth to school, make sure they had parent-teacher meeting. If I'm not there, I'd go and pick their report. And somehow, I find my time to be there for my youth, you know. And it's a good feeling, and also, you know, for a man who's singing, and you know, even sometimes you're on tour, you have to find time to make a call back home and make sure.
Everything all right.
What I always do, like on summer, like in the summer holidays, you'd make sure you bring them on tour also. That was a great thing.
That must have been quite an experience. That must be quite an experience for them.
Feeling, man.
Yes.
I remember, like, you know, like all my sons, I would bring them up like on a summer, like when we have a tour in the summer, and their school is on holiday throughout the summer. You bring all of them, and it's a great feeling, man. You know, to see them just having a vibes and just being backstage with you on the tour bus. So you just have to study how to deal with the thing, because if you get a calling, once you get a calling, you have to just deal with it.
Yes.
You know, some people,
that's how you make your living.
People calling, it's just, you know, you'll be one place, or you might be stationary, but I calling is to be a messenger to travel the world.
Alright.
You know, so we have to just learn how to manage everything and administer that we can regulate it.
As you talk about everyone get a touch, I'm going to give you a chance to rest your voice a little bit, and we're going to take a break, take care of some biz, and when we come back, we're going to allow our listeners to get a touch, a little feel of Luciano for about 15 minutes or so. Then we're going to allow you to give him a shout, give him a call, and stuff like that. All right, so we're going to take a little break right now, and going into the break, we're playing this one for you, Bounty Lover. When we come back, Luciano will be live on RJR 94 FM, or even more alive with musical live.
But I must go my way. See the clock upon the wall.
Hey, will invite you to visit their booth at King's. Let's do it for you again. Carlong Publishers invites you to visit their booth at the Kingston Book Festival this Saturday, March 12th. From 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Govern House. Go and discover materials that excite and develop good reading habits in children at the pre- and primary school levels. Meet the authors and get your books autographed. All right, it's 9:32 on RJR 94 FM, and we're entering inside the segment now where we're going to be asking Luciano to do some favorite songs. Alright, so for probably the next 12 minutes or so, Luciano will be performing some of your favorite songs live. And of course, I said big respect to Wayne Lonesome and the Run Things crew for passing through and making sure everything is everything. So, Messenger, you ready, sir? Alright, Wayne, over to you, sir. Yes.
Because the people understand.
And that's like an anthem where...
Give me strength. Yeah, man.
Alright, yeah, so, yeah.
Give me strength, oh Jah, oh Lord, I pray you, God. Face another day. Oh, yeah. Lord, give me strength to face another day. Make it a long life's road and carry my below. Give me strength, oh Jah, to carry on. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. Please help me when I pray. I'll wait for ages passing, I'll wait for years to come, without whom I could not be. When you're trying to live, you are to the line.
Hello? Hello?
And so I promised to serve.
Which tune? Yes, indeed. There you have it. Messenger. No, man, no. Yes, but at this time, because all right, as you touch upon that, you music that encourage people. I mean, it uplifts them and it takes them through troubled times. How are you coping with the loss of your son?
These are the same that strengthen my spirit and keep me on the path. It's not an easy thing, I tell you. As a man growing up and singing, I always try to send out a positive message, inspiration for people.
Yes.
Encouraging people to be on the right side and be on the right path of righteousness, trusting in the Almighty, trying to believe in His word, I try, even every album I try to put at least one prayer on it. I believe in prayer, and I believe in fasting and all, reading a psalm each day, chasing the devil away. So these are the time when you have to just lean upon what you believe in, honestly.
When you first heard the news, were you in disbelief?
Honestly, when I heard that my son Menelik got stabbed and was at the hospital, I was doing some dub plate and I had to just drop what I was doing and I head on straight down there. I waited, chanting, meantime having a word of prayer and hoping that all goes well, that he would succumb to his injuries and he would really come out of that operating theater. Good news,
I understand that you had good words for the medical team who attended to him.
They really tried. But I think the negligence that took place at the school, because for some reason they took too long to carry the youth to hospital. I tell you, my brother,
yes.
They took too long. And this is what some of us, we need to look into ourselves, because some people fear to take up the youth and put in them car to them say blood, them carry go blood up. The blood can wash out easily, man, and back your mouth, man. Come on, man. What's a life? What's a child compared to a life of a youth? That's why Mr. Man, we can't no worship and vanity. And these people who worship vanity and love vanity more people. It's a disgrace and a shame, I tell you.
Yeah.
And the school, Maths Unlimited, they should really have like surveillance cameras, and they should also have a response team with a nurse or a doctor on board, because you can have so many hundreds of people going to your school and you're collecting thousands of dollars and don't have these things in place for any.
And from what your assessment,
asthma attack or anything,
yes.
Epilepsy, anything, seizure, but then what kind of response team? They don't have a response team.
And from your assessment, those things, had they been in place, would have made a difference, big difference.
will get stabbed and bleeding, and you don't make a move towards fast, swift movement from in the school, even a teacher, the security, whoever.
Okay, so you're saying that more of, I mean, a lot of situations like this happen all across the island, and you're saying that, well, people need to be more caring, institutions need to have more stuff like what you're talking about.
Killing people, they need to look into themselves that they wouldn't love to be killed.
Yes.
Because if one of them do them wrongs, them try to run. Why them running for? Why you run?
Alright. Now, as a result of that, you know, because we're expecting you to do some songs for us, but you know, as you say, boy, you just can't go up to it. And you postponed a lot of shows as a result of this.
You know, I had shows lined up for England and America and Canada right now, and right now I don't look like we can't even move yet because we have to go to court the 17th and we have a delay the 18th, and normally you leave a day or two before to go on the rehearsal and get things in place. We can't do it. Honestly, I can't be doing these things. I know that we have to take care of the situation that is at hand, you know. So I'm losing out in many ways right now.
Yes. And I read a story earlier today that you actually are going to set up a foundation in memory of your son.
And make sure right now in the autopsy, I never know so long people take to do one look at autopsy, man.
Yeah.
Know the youth dead, and them know the circumstances surrounding, and them still are going to get the youth in the place there. Me even say to them, say, all right, I will pay and give me a private autopsy. I will pay the money. I can't get it done because it's a murder case. So because of this, I just have to wait on them. I keep calling, I keep wondering, and I'm asking them, but they look like they're working at their own time and their own leisure. What they're saying, the pathologist, there's only one pathologist that is in the island. Now, this is nonsense. What kind of country? These things really is like a woke up I make realize that a lot of slackness going on fire.
A lot of things that need to be in place are not there.
You can't tell me, say right now, you tell me, and I hear that the pathologist is not even from Jamaica. I must, some fine country, must Guyana and come from or something.
So it's really a difficult and trying time.
Just make sure so they give you an early autopsy that we can really get this thing out the way. At least bury the youth decently. Instead of man, I wonder where we don't know where the youth, the man's soul can't find no rest. Because youth body in a wonder, in a limbo. These things that need to look into, man. And I need to speak to the Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Yeah. All right. Where does he fall? I mean, in the order of your children.
Third child, you know. Menelik Death, yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know.
And you know, in your reasoning and stuff with him, I mean, what did he tell you? That did he want to be like a singer, like you, an entertainer?
So that you would sing, when that you would sing, man, and make tears come to my eye, man. I say, God Almighty.
So he got your talent.
Oh, man, and born October like myself, born the 25th of October. Was born for my birthday.
So it is a youth that in a special place. I mean, all the kids do, but you know, yes.
And this youth, there's something about him. I remember when I used to go to Rebel Salute, and when even Negos, his bigger brother, would fall asleep and Alpha would be there sleeping on a jawbone. Menelik would never sleep, Menelik sit up so. And as long as the waiting and Rebel have a way to make me have to wait till daylight before them put me on stage, the youth would never sleep. So I knew there was something in him, and I remember he said to me, Daddy, where you going on stage, man? So I said, young man, please go and have a little sleep.
Yes.
You know, so I know that this youth was really on a rise to be a great powers to the earth to help mankind. You know, and the devil forces stop the youth in the path. You know.
Yeah. We're speaking to Luciano 944. All right, at this time, I know you probably want to offer some condolences and to Luciano. So 926-2178, 926-7615. Yes, messenger.
And some of these youth that sending out some message that tell people them go kill people and whatever, and not talk about how long they no kill man and all them. What kind of song them? What kind of music, what kind of message them sending out here to the world? We need to do something about this. And if bird you can't just go kill birds, so there's season for bird season. Before you go shoot bird, they will lock you up if you go just go shoot birds. So. And a human being dead and some people want to take this thing for a joke thing for you. And go on in a circle like them think it's a joke thing. It's a serious matter. It's a matter where the whole nation need to look into. Because we can't be from our own veranda man just walking and come shoot sitting in here.
Yeah, the problem of crime is a serious issue in Jamaica. Luciano, alright, yes. And what we're going to do, because you have provided so much comfort to music lovers over the years with your songs and stuff, we're going to allow some of our listeners to say their condolences to you. Can you handle that? Alright, so let's go to the phone lines. Good night.
Good night, Sir Kenneth. Good night, sir.
Yes, good night. Luciano is here too.
Well, I'm telling you, brother, that we having that children, really, Lucy, you know? And Lucy family is just like my family, too. I know Lucy family. And my wife and Lucy's sister are two big friends, and them go to college together. Come out and register nurse. They work for Jamaica, and to the brother I go through them thing them and they pay me heart, you know?
Yes. Well, you can tell him you're
Trust me out.
Give thanks.
Condolence to the family.
Thank you, John. Give thanks to the family.
And big up yourself, man, and big up Nurse Williams.
Thank you, man. Enough respect to
Yeah,
my sister. Yeah,
you know,
man.
and my friend.
Really.
Alright, brother. Respect and thanks for calling, alright? Let's take another one. Good night. You're live.
Alright, good night.
Yes, good night.
Good night.
Yeah, man, good night to you. Luciano.
Keith in, my brother.
Only see it, only see
Yes,
it.
sir.
My condolences going out to
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man, as me, to South Africa, one of them say one pathologist for Jamaica, we need to love about that thing.
Yeah, man, that's a joke.
Yeah, hurt, man. It chokes, you know, what people that suffer over them something.
I tell you, I'm going to make about my inspector with that, and then take months before them. I inspect, imagine. I inspect that.
Alright.
You don't make no sense. It
Yeah,
don't
man.
make no sense for you. I tell you.
So, man, I say, yeah, we'll try to find new Minister of Affairs right now.
How do you do
It's
it
not
now?
tough service, man, listen,
Take up
because
this
right
thing.
now, them something they can't hurt with you.
Thank you very much.
Alright, thanks for calling. Alright, so let's take them up. Good night. You're live. Go ahead, quickly, please.
Wagwan. What's it? Please repeat your name again.
Luciano.
Luciano.
My condolences to my brother.
Thank you.
It's sorry for hear the incident, man.
I tell you, man.
Bye. Sorry for you, man.
No pretty man.
Yeah.
You
The
know.
condolences to your family, brother. The Lord.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, thanks for calling. Alright, RJR FM, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
This is Lucy.
Yes, I.
Yeah, condolence, man. I call from Hartford, because you don't know, say I want to with them.
Thank you very much, brother, man.
Yeah,
See
man,
you, family, enough respect. Alpha Massive, man. Yes, no, man. Alpha Massive.
With them, you know?
For real, man. Run River Massive, man. Big up.
Yeah, man, when you work out soon up at Dolly Yard, the early and set Trevor Fort.
Oh, yeah,
I
man,
always
man.
say more.
For real, man.
Yeah, man, so just keep it strong and protect
Thank you, sir.
Alpha to you.
Yes, I. Blessed, man.
Kenneth Reid.
Bless up yourself, sir. Respect and thanks for calling. Alright, let's take another one. Good night. You're live. Go ahead.
Yes, bless up Joseph.
Bless up, my family.
What really about ourselves, somebody, you know, your family, you know.
For real.
So keep strong, you know.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, man, I'm more faith, you know. You feel that, but you just think I'm the one to do this nonsense, you know. At least one night is cold, you know.
For real.
Come on, you know, it doesn't make no sense.
Sure, John.
Take care.
All right, my family. Blessed, sir.
Alright, caller, thanks for calling. Let's take another one. Good night. You're live.
Details.
Yes.
James.
Yeah, Louis is just step it down, keep that going there.
Blessed.
I'm on to the whole one of creation.
Yeah.
They are not, they are doing, they are performing. Yeah?
Give thanks for that.
Yeah, work time.
Blessed, I work time. Anna, yes, sir.
Yeah, man, just see if it can just keep that going.
Yes, sir.
If it break that guy, take it. Yes, sir.
Thank you for that. Thank
I
you.
remember guys said they had up on a building journey, and we know that they'll give you the strength. Yeah?
Thank you. A long time no see you, man. You alright, man?
Yes, man. Yes,
All
man.
right,
Yes, man. Let us see if it's there.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, Wolfson, big up yourself. Thanks for calling. I'll take another one. Good night. You're live.
Hi, good night.
Yes, good night.
I'm just calling to give my condolences to Luciano.
Bless
I
her.
have one son, and I know how it must feel for him to have suffered that loss.
Tell you,
I
not
just want to
not a
say,
pretty feeling.
very, very sorry to hear about
It's
the
not a
loss of
pretty
his son.
feeling. Thank you so much for the call. And give thanks for your prayers, you know?
Yes, yeah, we'll pray for you,
Thank you very
Luciano.
much. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
God bless you.
God bless you.
All right, thanks for calling. Let's take another one. Good night. You're live. Hello. All right, not there. Let's move along. Good night. You're live.
Mr. Reid, good night.
Yes, good night, Grandma.
Good night, Mr. Lou.
Good night, Mama.
Don't need to tell you not to worry because I will reward, but God will carry you through.
Thank you.
It is very hard, when you know you have your son coming to take your place and someone just kill him like that, You understand?
For real.
But what they sow is what they're going to reap,
Definitely.
I have 7 children and I have a son in the States and every day I call him and he's 57-year-old big old man. You understand?
For real,
So
man.
I can imagine the feeling. Here, there, and lots of people getting killed by idlers,
Some simple things we can could have talk over, you know?
Nobody not talking again. Like in my days when 2 ladies, they were friends and one go tell to the other way, say this. And they no quarrel, they no fight, they just shake their fat kill after one another and told me. But not these ready for murder.
And
Everything
see,
is murder.
This is the since I'm bringing this YouTube thing and this Facebook.
Yeah.
Before people jump and help people in my video.
Right.
Of the nonsense and I need to cut out, man. I watch people killing one another before them jump in and say,
Some of them
break
go
it
ahead,
up.
them parents
I know
must
this
teach
will
them
come
more
after
than
fire.
from the school in their young days,
For real, thanks.
All right, Grandma, thanks for calling, all right? All right, let's take another one. Good night. Go ahead, you're live.
Night, how you doing? Luciano, condolence to you. Music is healing, and your music, you never see it down the road, but your music now comes to heal you, right? And, they mentioned something about people decided not to take persons into the vehicle because of blood. I'm driving now for you and hear a siren of an ambulance coming behind us, and persons just in the road, you understand?
So what I mean, you don't step aside and give it a chance.
Yeah, they don't step aside.
You realize that your life they're rushing you to save,
They don't care, you understand what I'm saying? But, condolence to you, and I hope that things work out.
Yes.
Alright, take care.
All right, thanks for calling. All right, another one. Let's go. Good night. Yes, go ahead.
Well, Luciano, condolence to you.
Thank you, sir.
My family, sir.
Thank you, my
My
friend.
papa, your boys, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man, I hope all the best, sir.
Thank you, John.
And things will work out. Just keep it here.
Thank you, my brother.
All right, caller, respect and thanks for calling. Let's take another one. Good night.
Good night.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yes, I just want to say condolences to Luciano.
Thank you very much.
And keep this straight. Things like this do happen in all your friends because when I have the phone, when it comes right at the phone, no matter the day, I lose my father in a tragic thing just the same and every day, many years now. I know me have the faith, every day me still in it.
I'm telling you.
So, just keep the faith.
Thank you. Thank you.
I live there.
Thank you.
I didn't say I know the police here, they always do keep the bus so long. But you have private people who do art of things, but I don't know.
No, what they're saying is for the murder case,
yeah,
they can just rush and do a private.
right, that's right.
So I can understand that, but
yeah,
I don't want them to draw it out too long,
Yeah, I understand. And then again, too, you have Uncle One, somebody, she most tired. You go all over the place. We have a lot of amends to make in this country.
People really fear to really do it. It's not an easy job there,
I'm afraid but I mean this study to do it and everybody maybe, you
It's
know
not
what I
an
mean?
easy job, really.
Yeah,
You have to have it stomach for it,
Right, and so. But we have a lot of things to make amends in our country, my brother. May God ever just keep us on. And somebody needs to come out and speak put some sense to them picture head. And it's dangerous, you know, man. Somebody needs to come up and tell them just like it is. So it's walk some fancy to the children and some big old man away.
All right, caller. Thank you very much for calling. All right. All right. It's 5 minutes before 10 o'clock, and at 10 o'clock we have the latest news from the RJR News Center. Now, Lucy, I know it's a trying time. It's a rough time, and no one can really understand what you're going through. And in closing, as we close off, I mean, any final thing you want to say? Yeah.
Just to talk, get a little burden off of your heart is a blessing, you know. And this is really a nice medium through which a platform I could really, you know, hear the people calling and give their condolences. I thank you, Mr. Kenneth. You're blessed there every time. Yes, you're doing a great job.
Respect.
Smooth operator. No respect to run things in the house. So we alone some because without hesitation, this brother here,
yes.
To my help and to my assistant, I don't know why I don't know my PM.
Okay. When you know, he and I were in dialogue and stuff, and he said, look here, we have to rally around Luciano. You need to have Luciano on your show and this Friday. And I said, all right, we cancel the other guests and make the space available for you.
God bless there, yes sir.
Yes sir. Yes, sir. All right, Luciano, we thank you.
I want to give them thanks because they really turn out at the night and give me some real support, some real strength. And honestly, if they never come out and probably I don't know, if
give you strength.
I don't know, if you give me some nice support and inspirational talk and you know, said by messenger, you just have to hold strong, you know.
Yes.
So brother Sange came to the house, he and brother Isa Child from the 12th tribe of Israel. From 12th tribe when they came and you know, they say, my brother, I know you're hurting and you're losing, but listen, you're losing a child. But you just have to be strong and know that it's the Almighty. Leave our vengeance to the Almighty. Because I'm a law-abiding citizen. This is why the government of Jamaica give me all the order of distinction. Because I live a life which is distinctively of righteousness, love, sending out inspiration for the people. And we need back to Jamaica. We need back to sweet Jamaica that we know about. You can't sleep on your bed with your window open. You can walk one street and have to send all the people at school and you have to worry about them thugs going on and them and have to be them and rob them.
Need back law and order in the society. Lucy, you know, we have to run because we have news, but respect again and thank you. And we're going to leave the listeners with this one. It's called, is it recently you recorded this with Pinchas, Stop Investing Crime? All right, we're going to leave. We'll close off with this one.
But let's turn to our intellect and see if we can clean up this record. Luciano alongside Peters on the lyrical classics.
Stop from investing in a crime. Please don't spend another dime. Nothing no in a pot and everybody belly flat around a buck is crazy keys and prison eyes.
Pumping up, family, this is the right. Please don't spend another dime. To the top, you need to stop and take a stop. Please don't corrupt the youth.
No food, no rum. But the boss will make your fire big expensive car.
No shoes, that's a lot of with the town. Now you may wonder how you manage the burning hot ground.
When you sleep, in 10 minutes I can grow. Smile at 30 billion for the price of that one.
Crazy shut up, papa man, I dead alone. We go to dead, they know the dance surprise.
Stop from investing in a crime.
Awesome.
Please don't spend another dime. No food, no in a pot, and everybody really flat around about this crazy keys and crazy night.
Stop from investing in a crime. Please don't spend another dime. If you make it to the top, you make a stop and take a stop, but please don't corrupt the youth.
All over head, stop in a lava head. No views, no nonsense, all day.
We try to make a bed instead of busting it. I want you to get life back.
There must be a better way for the youth of day. I tell you, don't play.
You keep them guns and never give them breakfast. You need it in the streets and try get rich fast.
Luciano and Vintage coming at you. Stop investing in crime as we approach the time for news. It's RJR 94 FM. It's news time. Yes, let me tell you.